Hello everyone and welcome back to the RWBY Combat Ready instruction manual video. Welcome back to the RWBY Combat Ready board game collection. And welcome back to the Random Fan. I'm your host, Ravenwood. I am not re-recording again. For some reason, every time I come back to the intro, my mouth just hasn't been it's really. Well, this is the RWBY Combat Ready Instruction Manual Part 2 episode. I may not be, hopefully this will be released on the same day, maybe not, depends, we'll find out. So I'll try to make this fast. I don't want to do a very lengthy video, so that's why I'm chopping it up into 20 minutes per 20 minutes or more, or slightly more, depending on the per part of the instruction manual. Because it's true, it's probably not a long read. I don't want to have a very long episode. I try to keep this up in 20 minutes, probably 30 minutes, 20 to 25 minutes for just this, anyways. Because that's all I have most time for. Transformers video and other review videos or whatever. Not review videos, but whatever. Collection videos. I try to make it between the 20, 25 and 30 minute marks, depending on what it is. So I think the longest I will have for like a video would be at least 40 minutes. Anyways, without further ado, here's more of this. The last page we were on last time was the villain stances. I don't believe I showed you the entire page, but here's the entire page. Here's the other page. Let's move on. For this page, onward, we'll try to cover how do you win the game, and we'll probably end at which card should I play page, or play an assist card combo page, or whatever. So let's get started. Well, let's see first how far we can go. How do you win the game? Each complete battle with a villain is fought until the villain is defeated. Aura is reduced to 0, or until all heroes is defeated, their auras are reduced to 0. If an individual player is defeated, they may not participate for the remainder of the current battle, but the friends continue to fight on to bring down the villain. Or sometimes you just lose. So before we read the duel, or how each duel is fought, we'll read the little bubble paragraph down here underneath Ruby Rose. Active player. The active player is the focus of the camera and the action driving each round in the duel. The other players are called sideline players. The sideline players participate during the duel by assisting the active player performing the combos or encountering one of the objectives in play. Okay, interesting. So let me show you some of that. That's on the page. I was down here. Now I'm starting up here. Oh, I was initially up here, then I went down here. Now I'm starting up here. The duel. The duel. Battles are fought in a series of duels. Each duel is fought between one player, known as the active player, and the villain. Duels are fought as a series of combat rounds. The rounds are short and fast-paced, escalating to a crescendo until one of the combatants is bashed. The active player runs out of cards, or the villain fury marker reaches the end of the track. The active player may not voluntarily retire from the duel. When a duel ends, the next player clockwise becomes the active player, and another duel begins with the new active player fighting the villain. Duels continue until the players defeat the villain or are defeated themselves. See above, how do you win the game? How each duel is fought. Each duel follows a set order of actions. 1. Refresh. Objective cards. At the start of each new duel, check each objective card in play and update it. Some objectives bring minions into play, while others may advance a track. See the scenario book for more details on objectives. Refresh semblances. At the start of each new duel, every player refreshes their semblance marker by flipping it to its ready side, the side showing their icon. Note that Yang's marker refreshes differently and flips when she receives damage. Number 2, duel rounds. The duel is fought over a series of rounds. For each round, A. Event cards. Event cards always take place at the beginning of a round. If the top of the villain's deck shows an event card, turn it over and play it now. Event cards power up the villain in some way and remain revealed in a play for the rest of the battle, including all future duels. If the villain's deck needs to be reshuffled, do not shuffle any played events back into the deck. B. Active player attacks. The active player must make an attack against the villain by choosing and playing one of the cards in their hand. Place the card face up on the table near the game board, but do not resolve combat until step D. Consider the villain's stance when choosing which attack to make. These stances give a hint as to what the villain is going to do next, as well as the relative speed of the action. Some cards allow you to boost them by paying aura, discarding cards, etc. The decision to boost these cards must be made before the enemy's card is revealed and combat is resolved. These cards may only be boosted by paying the cost a single time unless stated otherwise on the card. C. Sideline players act. Now each of the sideline players choose an action. Sideline players may act in any order that they choose. Each sideline player chooses one of the following actions. Play an assist card. Combo the active player. Encounter an objective card. Rest. On the seventh day, God rested. For each of these actions, except for the rest, the sideline player chooses and plays a card, and the actions are resolved immediately. These cards they play are placed in their discarded pile. These actions are described in detail later. D. Villain attacks. After all the sideline players have taken an action, you can reveal the villain's card. Flip over the top card of the villain's deck. Compare the active player's speed and the villain's speed. The higher speed card hits. If both cards have the same speed, neither one hits. When comparing speeds, don't forget to count any speed bonuses. The villain may acquire speed bonuses from the various cards that have been played. This is normally recorded by the speed bonus track on the game board, but it may also come from any special events currently in play. Example: Weiss's speed 11 beats Roman's speed 6, so she hits with Swift Blade. Remember that other cards or bonuses may increase or decrease your speed and must be factored in when comparing speeds. Okay, so on this page I went from here all the way down, from up here to all the way down here. Just right, let me get it to focus, right there. Now I'm on this section here. The villain speed and damage bonuses. All right, we are doing good. We are 11 minutes in. Oh, we should be 11 minutes in. Anyways, villain speed and damage bonuses. Various card effects grant the villain speed or damage bonuses, which are all recorded on his bonus tracks. When a player's card changes the villain speed or damage bonus, it takes effect immediately. When the villain's card changes his speed or damage boost, it occurs at the end of the current round, after the attack is resolved. The villain's speed and damage boost tracks cannot exceed their maximum values. No. Nor can they go below 0. Bonuses from other sources may still continue to affect the villain's attacks even if these tracks have reached their upper limit. If the villain would both gain and lose bonuses at the same time, the tracks are first advanced, then reduced. At the beginning of each new duel, the villain speed and damage bonuses tracks are reset to 0. Note that other effects may alter the villain's speed or damage without adjusting the bonus tracks. For example, some event cards offer permanent bonuses which are not recorded. Permanent bonuses which are not recorded on the bonus tracks and remain in play, boosting the villain's attacks. Okay, cool. Now we are in the paragraph below this paragraph. The paragraphs, sorry. Oh. Huh. I'm not certain, but I think you were supposed to read the other paragraph first, then read the paragraph in red separately, but I'm not certain. I'm just going to continue reading. The player may also have enhanced speed from sideline assist cards or prior cards they have played. For example, RWBY semblance increases their speed. Okay. Yeah, I think that I was supposed to read the paragraph underneath the red paragraph first, and then read the red paragraph. I'm not rereading that. I'm not rereading that. The RWBY symbols increases their speed. The card which deals damage to the target equal to the number of damage symbols on the card. So the damage symbol, by the way, is... Yeah, you can barely see that, can't you? Well, it's that symbol right there in the instructions. If you have the instruction manual, there it is. On page 7. Let's see. on the card. If the villain hits the hero, don't forget to add any damage bonuses from the villain's damage bonus track. Cards that do not normally deal damage or have no damage value printed on them cannot have their damage enhanced. Additionally, hero attacks that deal indirect damage, such as area blast and cleave, are not able to have the damage of their special effects increased. Some attacks may have additional effects printed on them, which occur either when they are played, when they hit, or based on their conditions. Okay, if after revealing the villain's card, an event is showing, do not play it yet. Events are always played at the beginning of the next round. See event cards above. If the duel ended, the event will take place at the start of the first round of the next duel. E. Discard. Discard. Discard any cards left. Oh my eye. Discard any cards left in play. Each player has their own discard pile, and the villain's discard pile is marked on the game board. Some cards may grant a bonus for the next round. If you need a reminder, you can always glance at the top face-up card of your discard pile. All right. Well, we're 16 minutes in. F. Okay, so by the looks of it, we will continue reading until probably page 9. Yeah, we'll continue reading until page 9. F. Advance the villain's track. Move the villain marker one space along the villain fury track. Follow any text on that space. For example, the villain may receive a speed or damage bonus. Track this a bonus. Why did I not read that word? Or damage bonus. Track this on the speed and damage bonus tracks as the duel progresses. The villain continues to get more powerful. If the villain has reached the end of the track, the duel is over. The duel also ends if there was a successful bash attack or the player runs out of cards. Don't do that if you run out of cards. That's bad. Okay. Otherwise, continue a new round with step A, as described above. Actually, hold on. We have 18 minutes. Why did I? Well, we'll end at the end of out of villain cards here. Okay, probably. It depends. Oh my eyeball. In a 3, end of duel. At the end of each duel, some objectives might have an effect that take place. For example, minions will deal alteration damage to the active player unless their ultimate was used. Note that cards offering bonuses on your next attack do not carry over between duels. All players draw cards until they have 6 cards in hand. If a player has more than 6 cards in his hand at the end of the duel, then they must discard down. If a player has more than 6 cards in hand at the end of the duel, then they must discard down to 6 cards. If you run out of cards, simply reshuffle your face-up discard pile to make a new face-down draw pile. 2. All players can upgrade the cards. See upgrade cards. 3. The next player clockwise becomes the active player, and a new duel begins. Exclamation point. This happens regardless. This icon means that the text takes effect regardless of whether the attack hits or not. Now, here's where I'm at. I'm at here. I started here, down here. Now, I will start here, technically here as well, and then go downward, and then I'll continue reading downwards. So, actually, yeah, I will continue reading this page on to page 9, even though I'm at the 20-minute mark. So, whatever. So sideline players, just because they are not on center stage doesn't mean sideline players aren't important. In fact, they are crucial to team success. Okay, so yeah, I read this part. Now I'm going down and continuing on to the next. To rest and example, and then out of villain cards. Rest. The player may rest by drawing one card and healing one aura. The player may optionally discard a card when resting in order to make room for more cards to be drawn at the beginning of the next duel. Example: Blake can play this card two different ways. She can use it to make a siphon attack, or she can use it to assist abilities circled. So there's the example right there. I finished this paragraph, and now I'm here, and now I'll get down to this circle. Out of villain cards, if the villain out of villain cards, if the villain's deck runs out of cards, reshuffle and discard the pile to form a new deck. Do not reshuffle event cards. Now, as for this page, I'm on this paragraph onward. I think I will read which card should I play section last. So I'll read play an assist card, combo example, combo, and then which card should I play. Okay, here we go. Play an assist card. Some cards have an assist ability printed on the bottom. This is an alternate way to play the card to support the active player or sideline player. Assist can boost an ally's speed or damage, heal their auras, shield them from an attack, increase their fury, allow them to draw extra cards or fresh options, and much more. Playing a card for its assist ability can be a very tough decision because you are forfeiting the primary attack, which is also printed on the card. To play an assist, choose an appropriate target and play the card sideways next to its intended target. Assist may only be played on other players' heroes. Assisting is a great way to lend support to your allies when they are most in need. They offer a variety of situation boosts that can turn the tide at a pivotal moment in the battle. Okay, I'm now onto the example over here. And, the example over here. I just want to make sure. Combo example. Blake is the active player and plays her whirling blades against the villain. Weiss decides to attack with Ice Spear, which gains +1 damage when used in a combo. Yang decides to join in too. Blake's card has a speed of 12, but because Yang's attack has a speed of 8, that speed is used for the entire combo to compare against the villain. If the villain's speed is less, then the heroes win and do a total of 7 damage. Oh wow, that's cool. Now, I'm on to combo. Up here. Ow, my knee. Or shin. My leg. Combo. The combo system, I'm running over time over here, but anyways. the combo. The combo system allows players to double down on the active player's attack and all or nothing gamble to take down the villain. When a silent player decides to combo with the active player, they place their attack card with the active player's card. Other sideline players may join in combo too, and it's even possible to create an epic 4-player combo attack. The players involved in the combo are attacking together as a team, so they all have slowdown to match the lowest speed attack. All players, including the active player, are considered to be attacking at this speed as a part of the combo. In other words, when the villain's card is revealed, its speed is compared to the lowest speed attack amongst the players involved in the combo. If the villain's attack has an effect that is activated when attacked by a specific subtype, such as melee or ranged, then the effect is activated as long as there is at least one attack in the combo with that subtype. Combos are very exciting risk-reward plays because either all the players hit the villain or the villain hits all the players. Ooh. If the villain hits, the attacks, damage, and effects apply to each and every hero involved in the combo. If the players hit, they each deal their attacks, damage, and effects to the villain. Oh, that's cool. Combos can be risky moves to make, but the potential payoff is huge. Players want to try to match their speeds as closely as possible to maximize the synergy of their attack. Combos are easier to pull off when the villain is at a lower speed. But be careful. The subtle stance is filled with devious tricks that could thwart the effort. Now, which card should I play? This section. Which card should I play? You have you only have 6 cards in your hand at the start of the duel. You must carefully consider the appropriate time to play each one. A higher speed card has a better chance to hit, but lower speed cards typically deal more damage and may also have more powerful effects. Sometimes it's better to play a lower speed card. In fact, you almost always want to play the lowest speed card you feel you can get away with. Some of your cards have special abilities or effects printed on them. It may be better to hold one of these until it is likely to have a more profound effect or sorely needed. And that is the end of this segment here. Well, see you all soon, and I hope we'll get this done before the end of the month. And until then, bye-bye!